This is Barcelona's metro system. And just like every smart city, it has a story with 1,000 lessons to learn. At first glance, this is what the streets of Barcelona look like. Nothing extraordinary until you take a wider look at its blueprint. From above, we get to see another dimension of architecture. The city is famously characterized by its grid-like layout, known as the Example District, designed by Ildefons Cerdà in the 19th century. This area features long, straight streets, wide avenues, and congested corners, creating octagonal blocks that are both practical and aesthetically pleasing. On the other hand, their transport system is a marvel of modern urban planning and efficiency. Its reliability is unmatched, with trains running frequently and on time. But what makes them so properly structured? Well, this is where we delve into the transport system and architectural brilliance of Barcelona. Have you ever wondered how the Barcelona Metro works? If so, you'll likely agree it's an easy-to-navigate and comprehensive system that covers the entire city and beyond. Traveling by subway in Barcelona is a smart choice. It's less polluting than cars, motorcycles, or taxis, and faster than cycling or buses. The transport system is integrated, meaning one ticket allows you to access buses, the metro, and certain trains. The network is divided into 6 zones, with Zone 1 covering the city center and Zone 6 extending to the furthest areas. Over the years, the Barcelona Metro was the fastest and most affordable way to navigate the city. This extensive network comprises 180 stations and 12 lines, spanning 146 kilometers. Primarily serving the city center, the metro also reaches into the suburbs, with stops at many of Barcelona's top attractions. Over the years, the metro has expanded to its current length of 90 miles and is now operated by 2 different companies. What sets the Barcelona Metro apart from other subway systems is its use of 3 different track widths, though passengers don't notice this difference. The first section of the Barcelona Metro connected Plaça Catalunya with Plaça de Lesseps. Line 1, abbreviated as L1 and known as Hospital de Bellvitge Fondo, is marked in red and often referred to as the Red Line. This is what it looks like on paper. It's the second oldest metro line in Barcelona, following L3, and is operated by Transports Metropolitans de Barcelona. They operate more frequently than buses, and on certain routes, passengers can transfer between trains using the same ticket. Meanwhile, Barcelona's metro system consists of 8 lines, each identifiable by a unique number and color. L1 is unique in Spain for using Iberian gauge tracks, similar to most Spanish mainline railways. Established in 1926, it was initially designed to connect the city's rail stations and to prepare for the 1929 Universal Exposition. Since then, it's expanded to become, as of 2007, a major line with 30 stations, making it the network's busiest. These stations are architecturally uniform and, like most metro lines in Barcelona, lack ornamentation, although some are enhancing their artificial lighting. Most of the line runs underground, except for a brief section, and at one point, it shares tunnels with mainline tracks. Now, there are future plans to extend the line southward into El Prat de Llobregat and northward into its terminus into Badalona, where it will connect with L2 at Badalona Center. The Barcelona Funicular Railway connects the city with Montjuïc Park from the parallel metro station serving lines L2 and L3. It's part of an integrated fare system and can be used with multi-journey travel passes. The 2-minute journey time makes it the quickest and most convenient route to Montjuïc. Additionally, the Urban and Metropolitan Rail Network, or FGC, managed by the Catalan government, supplements Barcelona's metro system with 3 urban lines, L6, L7, and L8. However, the smart city of Barcelona isn't limited to its transport system. You see, the grid-like structure of Barcelona has been the result of a long period of practice and influenced by several circumstances. Great questions, philosophy, painters, designers, artists, writers, the Spanish cultural ecosystem, the devastation of World War II, the glorious resurrection of the second half of the 20th century, new creativity, and enduring smartness at the beginning of the 3rd millennium. Today, Barcelona offers more than any urban element, the sense of smartness, and is moving towards becoming even smarter. For starters, this is an aerial photo of Barcelona. Did you notice how the city is made up of square-shaped blocks? These are called manzanas, part of an ambitious urban design plan aimed at making neighborhoods more pedestrian-friendly and reclaiming space for the community. But here's what you don't know. Barcelona owes a lot to one man, Ildefons Cerdà. You see, Barcelona wasn't always such an orderly city. To get a sense of what it used to look like, just check out a map of the Gothic Quarter. It's a maze of streets going every which way with no rhythm or reason. Like many old cities, Barcelona's early streets were arranged randomly. Houses were built wherever, and people had to navigate around them. Plus, Barcelona was a walled city until the 19th century. Back during the Roman Empire, Barcelona had walls built around the city. Fast forward to the 15th century, and Barcelona still looks trapped by those same walls, now with a fortress citadel to suppress threats and keep the city contained. For hundreds of years, Barcelona wasn't allowed to expand. The population grew, but the land didn't. The population was outgrowing its ancient confines, with a density twice that of Paris. By the 1850s, Barcelona had a population of about 850 inhabitants per hectare, compared to Paris's 400, all inside those walls. This led to poor sanitation, rising mortality rates, and widespread unrest. To tackle this overcrowding and the worsening living conditions, Ildefons Cerdà had a new idea. Known as one of the greatest urban planners of all time, Ildefons Cerdà is the mastermind behind the design of modern Barcelona. In 1859, he came up with a plan to expand the city, proposing to unite the old city with surrounding smaller towns. This project was called the Eixample, which means expansion in Catalan. Cerdà envisioned a neighborhood without social class divisions, where people would live in octagonal blocks with an internal yard. His idea was to have a balanced population spread across the area without exclusive zones for the rich or poor. So, he proposed connecting old Barcelona with nearby towns and villages like Gràcia and Sarrià. For the design of this new area, or Eixample in Catalan, Cerdà studied how people lived in urban spaces. He considered factors like fresh air, green spaces, transportation, and access to markets. This approach, known as urban planning today, was groundbreaking back then, though many mocked his ideas at the time. After studying the city and its residents, Cerdà proposed the Eixample as a grid of equally sized blocks. Long, wide streets crisscrossed these blocks to make transport and navigation easier. Each block was shaped into an octagon with corners that were cut off. Cerdà believed these chamfered corners would improve air circulation, provide better visibility, and allow trams to turn corners easily. He also oriented the blocks northwest to southeast to ensure every home got enough natural light. Originally, each block was meant to be built up on only 2 or 3 sides, standing 16 meters high and 20 meters wide, with a green space in between. If you look at Barcelona from above today, you can see the influence of Cerdà's 1859 design. However, the current layout isn't exactly what Cerdà envisioned. Over time, commercial and political pressures led to changes. By 1872, about 90% of the blocks were estimated to be in violation of his guidelines. The blocks, intended to be built on only 2 or 3 sides, were constructed on all 4 sides. The height limit of 16 meters was increased to 24, which reduced the inner garden space significantly. But despite these changes, Cerdà's original blueprint remains the backbone of the city's design. By 1890, buildings occupied an average of 70% of each block's area, compared to the expected 50%. By 1958, the total space occupied by buildings on these blocks had grown from Cerdà's envisioned 67,200 square meters to 294,770 square meters. But that's not all. Blocks that were set aside for schools, gardens, and other civic facilities were often converted into parking spaces, commercial areas, or simply neglected. As a result, aerial photos of Barcelona show a noticeable lack of green spaces and trees, far from Cerdà's original plan. Today, studies show that air pollution alone causes 3,500 premature deaths a year in Barcelona's metropolitan area. To be fair, all big cities suffer from similar issues, but that's not the only type of pollution Barcelona struggles with. The city is also one of the worst in the world for noise pollution. with about 57% of its citizens living in areas with higher noise levels than recommended by the World Health Organization, making it harmful to their health. These factors have given rise to a possible solution known as superblocks or superilles in Catalan. So, what are superblocks? The basic idea is to identify a 3x3 grid of 9 blocks, join them together, and then restrict vehicle traffic to the streets around the perimeter. Do you think they will eventually achieve Cerdà's plan for Barcelona? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Also, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to this channel.